Welcome. Now we are going to study user interface. Before proceeding, let's go through the contents. Introduction to user interface, layouts, UI controls, menus and toasts, notifications, and other interesting UIs. In this topic, we'll cover list view, dialogues, date picker, and sliding drawer. Now let's start with the first topic, introduction to user interface. UI is one of the most essential components of Android, and it is also something which consumes a lot of energy. It is because from the user point of view, an application must be captivating. User interface is anything and everything that the user sees on the screen and can interact with. There are various pre-built components in Android such as layout that are used to provide a uniform look and feel in the application. There are also few UI controls, for example buttons, text boxes, radio buttons, checkboxes, etc. that are mainly used in forms that we fill on websites. Also, dialogues, notification and menus are also few examples of predefined components in Android. There are two approaches to implement user interface: procedural and declarative. In procedural approach, we write Java code similar to Swing or AWT. In declarative approach, we write XML code similar to HTML of a web page. Now the best practice is to start with XML and declare most of the UI, and then switch to Java and implement UI logic. We'll use this approach in our applications. Now let's go through our next topic, Android layouts. What is the layout? A layout defines pattern in which various components are arranged on the screen. It can also be said that layouts provide a systematic arrangement of components on screen. Layouts can be declared in two ways. First, via XML file. Second, by instantiating layout elements at runtime programmatically. One of the convenient options is to start with the XML file and to provide a good look and feel, and then switch to Java code as said earlier. Now let's see the types of layout. Mainly there are four types of layout. Linear layout. This is divided into two categories: horizontal layout and vertical layout. Table layout, grid layout, and relative layout. Now let's see them one by one. Linear layout. This is a snapshot of linear layout application. In this, the components are either arranged vertically or horizontally in a single line. This is linear vertical layout. That's why the components are arranged vertically one by one. Now let's create an application in our Eclipse IDE and see how it works. This is our Eclipse IDE. Here we'll create a new application. Layout linear. Create project in workspace. All this you must have seen in previous sessions. Activity name linear, for example. This is our linear layout application. This is the graphical view. We go to XML file. Here what we do is delete all the content, because by default all the applications are in relative layout. So we delete the content, go to graphical view, Go to layouts, select linear layout vertical. We drag and drop it here. Then we go to form widgets, select 4 buttons, simply drag and drop them, and all this will be automatically arranged into vertical linear layout pattern. Now again we go to XML file. Here all the 4 buttons are there that we dragged and dropped. Any changes we do in graphical view or in XML file, it will be reflected in the other one. Now this are the various parameters. Android ID is different for all the components. Layout width and height represent the width and height of the button. Text represents the text written on the button. We edit it in order to achieve the snapshot output. Again go to graphical view. All this has been changed. Now let's see its output in emulator. Save changes. Yes. This is the output of the linear layout application in emulator, same as what we saw in snapshot. Now let's go through the other 3 types of layouts.